Tulsa looks good on you. Your one-stop resource for all things Tulsa. Hello, you are in for a treat today. I'm so excited to be with Kim Schutz, interior designer extraordinaire, and we are in one of her spaces that she has created, and it is just gorgeous. Kim,
thank you so much.
Tell everyone who you are and what you do, and then we'll just dive right into it.
So I'm Kim Schutz of Kimberly Schutz Interiors. I'm an interior designer. I focus on residential properties. We do everything from custom furniture to remodels and everything in between. We work in the Tulsa market as well as surrounding area. We're in Bixby, Owasso, Broken Arrow, and some other areas. I was formerly an attorney and I turned into an interior designer. So a big change. This is my dream come true.
So how do you go from being attorney to, which is very detailed and specific, you follow the law and the rules, I would think, to being such a creative artist who gets to design and have fun?
Well, I think it's part of like an evolution. Like you think that this is what you should be, so you do that. Yes. And so that's what I did. I went to law school. I became an attorney. I worked at a big firm. I did all of that, and it was great. And it was, you know, like you said, very detailed and very organized. I think I've carried over some of that detail and organization into being a business owner and a designer. But I think this is closer to my true nature, is to be creative and to help people. It's a really people-focused business. Like I'm in people's homes. I'm talking to them about basically what makes them happy. And so I love that part of it. I really like people. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah. Well, you do an amazing job. So let's talk specifically about this amazing living room that we're sitting in right now. So what were some of the details, taking from the client and their needs and desires and dreams, that you were able then to create this beautiful space for them?
So the clients were a couple that my husband and I have known a long time. We knew that they had bought this property and remodeled it. They had done a modern Spanish revival remodel, and the living room was kind of the last thing that they had not touched. And so I came in and talked to them about what all they wanted to change, and they basically wanted to change everything. So we had this custom sofa made by Thayer, a local company who does great work. We, everything was custom, the fabric, and then we had a custom ottoman built. Isn't this wonderful? So they can put their feet up on it, and it kind of is all one big pillow pit, sort of, to watch TV. We did all the rugs, these awesome textured pillows that have all sorts of different fabrics. We brought in some terracotta. We brought in some browns and blues and navies. I really think that folks are kind of letting gray and white take a back seat, and they're kind of moving into more color, more texture. We did the fireplace. It was kind of this big oversized thing, and we brought it down and did custom tiles on it. And I just think it turned out beautifully, and the clients are so happy with it. And that is really a nice part about interior design as opposed to lawyering, because when you're lawyering, nobody's happy.
No.
But when you're doing interior design, when you're finished, usually everybody's really happy. So that's great.
Well, not only are you doing something that you love, you're probably doing something that's new to you, like being a small business owner.
Yes.
So have there been challenges or lessons that you've learned that you can share with others out there?
So I would say, don't be afraid or don't be intimidated, because you can do it. There's lots of resources. There's lots of ways to learn things. I've just learned things. I learned how to do a website. I learned how to do social media. I learned how to talk to people on camera about myself, which is really strange. So just don't be intimidated. Stay organized. And I mean, if you're following your passion, it will kind of just come naturally. I mean, it seems so that it will just come naturally.
Well, I have loved following you on Instagram, so I know you're doing a great job there. Where are you finding most of your clients? Are they coming by word of mouth, relationship, or are you out there grinding it, looking for new people to help. Are you always taking on clients, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Well, I'm always taking on clients. I would say it's half and half. I would
Yeah.
say I'm a native Tulsan, so I've been here a long time. I know a lot of folks. I would say word of mouth, incredibly helpful. You know, be involved. I'm, you know, on the Parents Association Council at my kids' school. I just try to stay involved in the community.
Yeah.
I think that's helpful. And then also I do marketing. I'm on Houzz,
Yeah.
Houzz, and they do a great job of promoting me on their platform.
Mhm.
And I'd say it's kind of both. It's word of mouth and it's marketing. And I would have never thought that marketing would be as important as it is.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, it's not my favorite part of being a business owner.
That's right.
It's not my favorite part.
I can relate for sure.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned a little bit of a tip and trend, which was people moving away from whites and grays.
Yes.
Thank goodness. And what other hot things are happening in the design world that people need to know about?
So in addition to moving away from gray and all white, people are moving more into color, pattern. I think people are moving more into like textures.
Yeah.
Things that kind of feel good and feel nice. Like we put a lot of texture in this project. We've got a nubby rug and we've got this fringe on the pillows.
Yeah.
Our tile is not slick. We're getting
That's right.
away from slick, what I might call the Apple Store look, you know, where everything's white and boxy. So we're getting away from that, more into texture and more into natural materials, you know, wood, cotton, real stone as opposed to man-made manufactured stone. And then also, I think folks like to see maybe more closed living as opposed to open floor plans.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of homes are built in open floor plans, and that's okay. They're wonderful, but I see people wanting to create zones within open floor plans and then really embracing a closed floor plan. When they're finding homes on the market that are closed floor plan, they don't want to go in and open it up anymore, which is what everybody wanted to do for a while.
Right.
Was open it up.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I love how even in this pretty open space, this couch allows you to feel cozy.
Yes.
Which I bet was your point.
It was. And it's the circular nature of it. So when you bring in curves, I think there's something in our brains that likes to see a curve. And it kind of has it's almost like a sunken living room feeling because it's like this little pit of relaxation. So I think that, creating something cozy and warm and with some curves is I'm seeing a lot of that in design, and I love that myself.
I agree, and it's gorgeous and so fun.
Thank you.
Kim, how can people find you so that they can reach out when they need your assistance in making their spaces beautiful as well?
Right. So I have a website, Kimberly Schutz Interiors. My last name is not the easiest. It's SCHUTZ. I'm on Instagram, also Kimberly Schutz Interiors, and then I'm on Houzz as well. So folks can find me that way.
Yeah.
And send me an email, send me a message on Instagram, give me a call. I'm around.
All right. Well, thank you for making things so gorgeous and fun to be
Thank
in.
you.
And we appreciate you so much.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.